Hello my lovelies, happy new year, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Luce, and on this week's video, which is going to be the first video of the year might I add, I thought it would be very seasonally appropriate if we kickstarted things off by talking about the books that I am going to be reading in January. Now as you guys know, I let my trusty TBR jar pick my monthly reads, and because it's the start of the year and because my TBR jar was absolutely empty, I thought it would be amazing if you guys had your say in terms of what prompts went into the jar. So I put up a questions box on my Instagram stories and asked you guys to help me fill up my jar with all of your TBR prompts. So all of these are going to be from you. This is going to be the first refill for the year and I'm excited to see what you guys have said. So first things first, we're going to refill my jar and then we're going to get around to picking the January reads, seeing what we've got in store for us for the first month of 2026. So grab yourselves a drink, let's get cozy, and let's talk January TBR. We've got one empty TBR jar, which is about to get filled. I have got a list of all of the prompts from you guys. There's quite a lot actually. We've got quite a lot to get through. I'm just gonna dive right in. I'm gonna do it like I did last time on some brown kind of paper, I'm thinking. I just like the aesthetic, I like how it looks, so we're just gonna stick with that. I think I'm gonna need quite a few sheets this time. Okay. A book with a character's name in the title, a book with multiple POVs. Published the year you were born. Are you guys trying to kill me off? Published the year I was born. Do you know what year I was born in? I was born in 1996. What am I going to be reading that's from 1996? I'm nervous, but there could be some absolute classics when I think about 1996. So maybe we could be in for a real kind of surprising treat. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, let me start by writing some of these out. Okay, now that's done, I have got all of our prompts ready and raring to go. I'm just going to cut them out now and then add them to our TBR jar and we should be good to go, ready to rock and roll. This is about to be filled. We have gazillions, and I literally mean gazillions of amazing prompts from you guys. So thank you to every single person who has submitted a prompt. I've literally done every prompt that I received, so I think this jar is going to be jam-packed. So let's fill this up and then we can pick our January reads. So we have now got a jam-packed TBR jar. The lid is on, ready to go. I was gonna show you guys what my TBR is currently looking like in terms of my bookshelf, but I've still got my Christmassy bits up. I am filming a January reset in a few days, and when I film my January reset, I'm gonna show you guys what's on my TBR cart then, because I'm also gonna be doing a little bit of unhauling and all that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna dive straight in to my TBR jar picks, and from here on out you guys are gonna be choosing all of my reads based on your prompts, and I cannot wait. I could not be more excited. So let's head back over to my reading corner and let's pick January's TBR. So now we have got our TBR jar filled, it's time to pick our January reads. This year I will be picking 8 prompts from the jar, and then the 9th prompt will be my book club pick for the month. However, sometimes what's happened is I've pulled a pick out of the jar and the book that's the book club is also the book that works for the prompt. So it depends, typically 8 to 9 from the jar. We'll see how we go. We'll see what prompts we get and whether any of them combine and collide a little bit. So let's pick our first prompt. Should we give it a shake? Just to make sure that everything, not all the ones that are on the top are on the top, etc, etc. Okay, let's see what our first pick. Oh my god, it's so full. I'm not used to it. I'm used to my hand going to the bottom. Whew, I'm nervous. There was some very exciting and challenging TBR prompts on there. I've picked up 2, but I'm gonna go for this one first of all. Let's see what it says. So it says a textured cover, sparkles or metallic or any details. Ooh. Okay, let me grab the options and we can pick from that. I think this is a great first prompt actually, because it gives me the opportunity to show you guys one of my new books, which is Dawn of the Firebird. This is the Fairy Loot edition and it's by Sarah Magawarana. This is beautiful. This writing here is textured and you've got gorgeous sparkles and detailing. Can you see that? Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. And then let me just show you the naked hardcover too, because when I saw this edition, my mind was well and truly blown. I just can't cope. I actually cannot cope with how stunningly gorgeous this is. And then you've got some gorgeous character art and then some gorgeous character art. And I'm just in love with this. And it makes me really excited to read this. I think this follows Camilla. She's the daughter of an overthrown emperor. And she's got this heavenly kind of magic. She infiltrates the enemy's army in order to reclaim her throne. She's caught between a brewing war and a dark power that's rising within her. And she's then got to decide whether she is gonna become the weapon they fear or the savior that absolutely nobody expects. Oh, it sounds so good. And when I saw the character art as well, it's giving Pocahontas. Anyone else seeing that with that character art there? I'm very excited to read. This is our first contender for that pick. But then the other one that's also texture here, but then it's also got this gorgeous metallic title on the front, and it is also very, very beautiful. And this is called Firstborn of the Sun. I did want to try and read it before the end of last year, didn't get around to reading it. And I don't actually know anything about this book. It says, cursed are those born of the sun and sands. Cursed are we all who wield the power of the sun. Cursed are the sands that bury our bones. Cursed are the gods that made us so. And I believe this follows our female character. She's got the power of the sun, hence the title, Firstborn of the Sun. That's pretty much all I know. And I am also excited. However, this is a chunky book. It's 550 pages. But I think the one that's calling to me the most, the one that I want to read the most out of these two, I think has to be Dawn of the Firebird, just based on this absolutely beautiful edition. It's 110% sold it to me. And as soon as I opened it, I was like, oh, I want to read this right now. I want to read this right now. I want to see what it's all about. So I'm excited. This is going to be our first pick for January. Pick number 2, coming in hot. Okay, we've got one. What does it say? A book with the prettiest cover. Okay, this is gonna be one of those occasions where the book club pick and the prompt overlap, because I have one book that has just arrived in my Fairy Loot December subscription box and it blew my mind. One of the most beautiful special editions I've seen, and it also just happens to be my Fable book club's pick for the month of January too. So let me grab it, let me show you. Oh, you're not ready. Prepare yourselves, because I'm absolutely in love. Oh, with this. Are you kidding me? Spread edge, the foiling, every single thing about this is stunning. Kneel before the god of ruin, it says on the back. Yep, and let me show you the naked hardcover, because it doesn't stop there. This said the prettiest cover, but I mean the prettiest book, because oh. Yep, it's gorgeous, gorgeous character art. The entire thing, 10/10. Absolutely stunning. I just cannot cope with how beautiful that is. Look at them. Who are they? I don't know, but I want to get to know. This is going to be my pick for a book with the prettiest cover, and this was from Veil_HJD, so thank you so much for that. I know nothing about this. I think I have seen somewhere, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think I have seen somewhere that someone said it's giving Vampire Diaries, and I was like, how have I not read this sooner? How did I not read this as soon as it came out immediately? Because I am the biggest Vampire Diaries girly. The books, the series, all of them, they resonate in my soul and have the biggest place in my heart. So if this is giving that, we're in for a time, and I absolutely cannot wait. Pink number 3. Oh, this feels like a big one. What's it gonna be? Oh, balls. Guys, I didn't cut that one up right. There's 2 on there. Should I do both of them? Yeah, let's do both of these. Why not? Let's do both of these. So the first one is from Soph, and it says, a book that comes highly recommended. A book that comes highly recommended. Ooh. Okay, let me have a look at my selection of books. I think, oh god, guys, I've got quite a few that come highly recommended actually. Let me show you the options first, because it's not quite as straightforward as it should be. But then again, when would that question ever be straightforward anyway? Because I have so many highly recommended books from friends, from BookTok, from you guys. So yeah, let me show you the options. First up, I could continue a series that I've started. The series comes highly recommended. Everyone says I love it. I love book 1. So carrying on with the books, they're supposed to get better as you go as well. And now it's a completed series 2. But an option could be Storm of Secrets and Sorrow by Melissa K. Roick, book 2 in the Legacy series. You guys know I've been trying to read this for the last couple of months, and I just haven't gotten around to it. I want to be able to sit, I want to be able to indulge and really get lost within this world again. And every time I start it, something comes up and I'm like, oh, I can't give it the time that it needs in order for me just to be able to, you know, binge this in a couple of days. That's what I want to be able to do. So this could be a contender. And if you haven't read the first book in the Legacy series yet, what are you waiting for? Because oh my god, it is so good. It still lives rent-free in my mind. I can't stop thinking about it, can't stop thinking about the characters. And one thing in particular I love that Melissa does in these books is that you have a Reign of Shadows and Endings quick recap, but it's told from characters from the Lady of Darkness series. So that's one of the reasons why you should read the Lady of Darkness series first, people say. It just gives you a whole better experience, and it's so good. Book 2 that's an option is The Jested Heir. This is by Sarah Hashim, and I really want to read this series this year. I actually got this when I was in New York, and it is so floppy. Yeah, this made my heart so happy, and I just love how American paperbacks all have this kind of like matte textured finish, which I really, really love, and I've heard nothing but incredible things. This comes highly, highly, highly recommended. So this could be an option. But the book that I think I'm going to end up going for, that's just been calling to me recently, the book that I'm thinking about reading is Savage Blooms by S.T. Gibson. So I read A Diary of Blood a few years ago, maybe now, a year ago, a few years ago, can't remember when it was actually. Loved it, 5 stars, amazing. This, I've heard is supposed to be amazing. I've heard it's supposed to be dark, gothic, seductive, sexy, all of the above. And I'm very, very, very intrigued by this. It's set within the Scottish Highlands. It's all about forbidden desire and fairy magic and mystery with that gothic kind of tone that ST does so, 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 so well. And I'm thinking this has to go on January's TBR. Also, this is a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I personally love a deckled edge, especially when it looks like this. This is another book that I purchased when I was in New York. Can you see? So it gives the effect of like, you know, a journal, when a journal is really well worn and well loved and it's like filled to the brim. That's the kind of effect it gives on the side. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Straight on the January TBR it goes. And then moving on to the next prompt that was on this double whammy situation, we have got newest release by chapter Chloe _. Oh, I'm thinking I can interpret this 2 ways. I could interpret this as like books that have already come out, or I could do it for a book that's gonna come out in January that again I've been really wanting to read for a while. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna go for Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez, and I I have truly been wanting to read this for a while. I've had this in my hands, in my possession for a couple of months now, and I just, every time I start reading it again, I do not have the time to give it that I want to give it. With Isabel's books, her writing is so beautiful that I just want to be able to indulge and lavish in the world that she creates. And I believe this is set in Renaissance Italy. It's Isabel's first adult romantasy kind of book. I previously have read What the River Knows and Where the Library Hides, that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous duology. It's YA, but oh my good god, it is amazing. I loved it so much. It deserves way more hype, in my opinion. So I'm very excited to see what this has got in store. Isabel's writing really reminds me of, if you love Rebecca Ross. If you love Rebecca Ross's writing, you'll absolutely adore Isabel's writing. I think they're best friends as well, and I just absolutely love their friendship, but their writing is both equally as beautiful. So if you love Rebecca's writing, you're gonna love Isabel's too. Let's choose our fifth pick. Is gonna be, oh, it's a chunky one. That way, I think. What have we got? A book with a crown on the cover / in the title, and that's by my girl Grace. Okay. I just had a look on my shelf. I currently don't have any books with crowns in the title or in the cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Grace's back in the jar, going to refold her up, and hope that maybe later in the year that will come out again, and maybe I'll have some books that have got that option in. So I'm just going to pop that to one side for now, and then let's pick again. Okay. Let's see what we've got for round 2. Is it that way or is it that way? A book set in a different country. This is by @Shani_P94. A book set in a different country. Maybe we go for the Jasad Air, I'm thinking. That's the first book that comes to the forefront of my mind. Where Egyptian-inspired epic fantasy debut. Okay, we are going for this. It also says on the back, an unmissable tale of shattered kingdoms, forbidden magic, and cunning royals unfolds in this Egyptian-inspired epic romantasy debut. So we're gonna try and read the Jasad Air in January, a book set in a different country. I think this is gonna be absolutely amazing. I've got really high hopes for this one. Okay, pick number 6. Let's see what we have got in store for us. What does it say? Book 3 from your TBR cart. Okay. My TBR cart is actually currently upstairs, so I had to bring it downstairs for this video because when I do my January reset, like I talked about at the start of the video, the tree and everything is going and my TBR cart is going to go back there. So ignore the placement of my TBR cart currently. But if we're working from the top, number 3 on my shelf, I would go 1, 2, 3, right? And 1, 2, 3 is The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Bridget Knightley. This is book number 3 on my TBR cart. Again, another beautiful Fairy Loot special edition. I have shown you guys this already, but this I am super excited about. This is supposed to be super slow burn, and it follows a scholarly... Oh, do you remember last time I had the issue saying this? A scholarly hero. No, scholarly healer. And a gentleman assassin. That's who these two are. That's what this is about, and I could not be more excited. I love the dynamic between these two. Like, I want to know what's happening here. I want to know what's happening here. Do you know what I mean? So very excited to read this and to see how we find it. This is number 6. Our 7th book for January. The prompt is going to be this. And it says that. What does it say? Urban fantasy. Guys, I don't think I have any urban fantasy currently on my TBR. On my physical TBR anyway. No urban fantasy, so this is gonna have to get folded up and popped back in, and we will save that one for a later date. It can go back in the jar once I've done my January picks. Let's try again for number 7. We've got, crikey, another big one. Is it this way or is it this way? Read a book that matches the current season. Wintry, cold. Maybe I go for a palette cleanser? Maybe I do that. Okay, actually, there's 2 options. I have 2 options. I've got a palette cleanser option and I've got an option that I'm really, really excited about. Let me show you both. First up, we've got our palette cleanser option, which is Behind the Net. This is book 1 in the Vancouver Storm series by Stephanie Archer. Heard really good things. My gorgeous friend Rach, she gave this to me. She read it and she was let loose. Had a great time with this. Let's see what time you have with it too. So I've been meaning to read this. It's ice hockey, I'm assuming. Ice hockey romance palette cleanser. And it says on the back, he's the hot grumpy goalie I had a crush on in high school. And now I'm his live-in assistant. Okay. I'm very, very excited. So this could be a contender for our palette cleanser for January. Ice hockey, cool, cold kind of vibes. Or do we go for this? Oh, look how gorgeous that is. How pretty is this paperback? This is an advanced reader copy of The Sun and the Star Maker by Rachel Griffin. I've been really wanting to read Rachel's books for quite a while now, and I just haven't got around to them, but they're always cool to me. They kind of give me the same vibes that Adrienne Young books do. That's what I'm hoping for with her writing and with her works. And initially I looked at this and thought, no, it's not going to be wintry and cold. But it says, there was once a village so far north that most considered it the top of the world. And in that village, the sun fell in love with her star maker. So this is nestled deep in the snowy mountains of the Lost Range. It's beyond the reach of the sun in this book. It could not physically get more colder. What do? Do we go for this? This comes out in February, or do we go for this? Palette cleanser or fantasy? What are we thinking? I'm gonna go for the palette cleanser because I want to let Rach know, and Rach, if you're watching this, I want to let you know what I think. I want to let you know, so I'm gonna go with this, and I think it'll be a nice little breather, little break from all of the fantasy that we're gonna be reading this month. And also it's my birthday month, you guys, so I want some good reads, but I'm kind of tempted to put this on as well. I want to read this month. It sounds so good. It sounds so good, but we're gonna go with this, and maybe in the next couple of prompts, maybe one of them might apply to this. Let's hope so. Okay, pick number 7, second to last. What have we got? What's the next one gonna be? It's gonna be this. And speaking of my gorgeous friend Rach, this is from @Atkinson Keller. She says, read a book to complete a series. Read a book to complete a series. Well, I think the option that is gonna be the perfect kind of pick for that is, I could either go for this one, but I did start at the end of the year. I did start Strength of the Few by James Islington, and that would complete the 2 books that are currently out in the series. So actually, that's gonna be my 7th pick. I'm gonna go with Strength of the Few. I feel like it's gonna take me all month to get through and to read, because it's a lot. It's a big book, it's a lot. It's a lot to digest, and it's quite complex and detailed. But I think I'm about 10% of the way in so far. We can definitely finish it in January. I just need some brain cells. I need some brain cells, I need some brain power. I literally got back from New York a couple of days ago, and adjusting again to the time zones, tricky business. So I haven't quite had the brain power to continue with that yet, so it's on a temporary little hold, but that's gonna be our 7th pick, The Strength of the Few. Okay, final pick. Let's give it a good shuffle. Please be good. Let's finish on a strong one. Let's finish on a strong one, shall we? A book that was sent to you by a publisher. I think I'm saying this right, but this is by Thalia Mason. And this is the perfect way to finish this off because do you know what was sent to me by a publisher? The Sun and the Star Maker by Rachel Griffin was sent to me by a publisher, so this is the perfect kind of end to our January TBR, and oh my good god, you know I'm excited for this. I'm thinking that Rachel Griffin could be a potential new autobiography for me. That's the kind of experience I'm expecting with her book and her works. I'm excited for this one, I really am. With this lineup of these books, January is looking pretty damn great if you ask me. Thank you guys again for all of the prompts that you sent in. It's given me an amazing start to January. Thank you so much. Hopefully try my best to read as many of them as I can. January is my birthday month as well, so it is going to be a little bit of a busier month for me, but I need some amazing reads to kickstart the year, to kickstart my 30s, because yes, I'm turning 30 and I'm so excited. I'm so unbelievably excited at the thought of turning 30 and that whole new decade ahead of me, whole new chapter, lots of things to look forward to, and I'm just excited in general for another year on YouTube with you guys. Lots of exciting fun things to come. But that is everything for our first video of the year. Thank you so much as always for watching. I'm going to be back next Sunday with a new video for you guys. I did vlog my New York trip, so you are going to be getting a New York vlog this month. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to figure out. Needs color grading. There's a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to work through. Anyway, I digress. This has been a yap a minute. Can you tell I haven't made any content for a week? I've just been not talking about anything bookish, and my brain has been having all of these thoughts and all of these feelings and no one to share it with. So you guys have just had word vomit from me for this video, but you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about sitting down for a cozy chit chat, listening to me yap 24 miles a minute. Yeah, but thank you so much as always for watching. That is everything for this week's video. I hope you are having an amazing start to January, and I will see you guys at the next one.